The call came just after midnight. Not loud, not rushed, too calm for what it was about to undo. For a second, I stared at the phone, letting it vibrate. Some instinct told me once I answered, nothing would go back to normal. "Mr. Hale, this is Andrew Collins from Weaver & Sons Law. I'm calling regarding your father." I didn't respond. The silence thickened, stretched, pressed against my ears. "He passed away earlier tonight. You've been named the primary heir." Something escaped my chest. Not grief, not relief. Just breath, like my body rejected the idea entirely. My father hadn't spoken my name in over 20 years. The last time he did, it was public, intentional, cruel. "You're not my son," he said on a stage, smiling at the crowd. "You're a disappointment dressed like a man." People laughed. Glasses clinked. Applause followed. I remember standing there, frozen, watching my sister stare at the floor, afraid to defend me, afraid to agree. That night, I left without saying goodbye. I never went back. Now, decades later, a lawyer's voice was pulling him out of the grave and placing him back in my hands. "There's a letter," he added carefully. "Sealed. He requested you read it first." The next morning I sat alone in his study. Dust floated through sunlight that didn't feel like mine. Everything smelled of cedar, leather, and authority. On the desk waited an envelope. My name, his handwriting. The same sharp strokes he used when he signed my removal from his company and his family. I didn't open it yet. Some truths decay slower when you let them breathe. My father built his empire on oil, land, and fear. He called it legacy. I called it control with better lighting. After he disowned me, my life shrank. Small jobs, small apartments, no connections, no safety net. I skipped funerals, my mother's, my niece's, first birthday. I became invisible exactly how he designed it. Then the lawyer's words returned, uninvited. "He left your siblings $1 each. Everything else goes to you." That wasn't generosity. That was strategy. I walked through the house, his house, now technically mine. Portraits lined the walls. Him with investors, him with my siblings, him smiling beside success. Never me. Until I noticed one frame turned backward on a shelf. No dust, deliberate. I flipped it. It was the last photo before everything collapsed. His hand on my shoulder. My mother smiling, unaware she was standing between two men already broken. He never forgot me. He just buried me where guilt could reach me. That night, I searched the study. Not for closure, for explanation. Behind a false panel, I found a thick file. Labeled in his handwriting. The boy. Inside were letters from my mother. Torn, rewritten, never sent. One dated 2 months before my birth stopped my breath. "If you can't love him as your own, I'll raise him alone. But he is yours in every way that matters." Beneath it, a note added years later. Short, final. "Not mine. Never was." My blood turned cold. That wedding, his cracked voice, not rage relief. I wasn't his mistake. I was the truth he resented. I finally opened the sealed letter. The handwriting was weaker now, older, unarmed. "If you're reading this, I'm already gone. I won't ask forgiveness. I never earned it. Your mother lied to us both. You weren't mine by blood, but you became the only one who ever resembled me." He wrote that he fed the others money their entire lives and emptied them from the inside. I took nothing, became something he couldn't manage. "That's why I hated you, and that's why you get everything now." I sat there until the house felt too small to breathe. So that was the truth. I wasn't his son, but I was his mirror. When the lawyers called, I signed everything without emotion. Every property, every share, every ounce of power. I sent one message to my siblings. I didn't take what was yours. He gave it to the son he wished he had. No reply ever came. Only silence, the same silence my father used as punishment. That's when I understood something simple and brutal. Wealth is just another weapon. I didn't spend it. I let it sit untouched, like a mausoleum. Years later, I live quietly again. Not rich, not poor, just free. The company runs under my name. I rarely visit. The letter stays in a drawer I don't open. People call it inheritance. I call it a confession. The truth isn't that I won. It's that he finally lost control by giving everything to the one man he could never break. Want more stories? Remember the name Ashes of Us.